Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A man is behind bars at Watertown Police right now. Officials say he may have been involved in the deadly double shooting in Waterbury last night. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We have an update on a breaking news story we've been following all day. So right now, crews are searching Lake Winnemog in Watertown for items related to their investigation. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson is live there at the lake with what investigators are looking for right now. Victoria, you've learned a lot of new information in the past hour. What can you tell us?
Yes, Sarah, there's been a lot going on in just the past hour. There was a large fire and dive presence out here at Lake Winnemog. We just saw two divers coming out of the water just seconds ago, and they're out here looking for items they believe may be connected in Monday night's double shooting in Waterbury. Watertown Police told us earlier that they have a possible suspect in custody who may have dumped a white Ford Escape, a backpack, and shoes in this area. Officials also told us that there is no ongoing threat to this area, but the neighbors that we talked to said that they just want answers and they want them now.
I got scared. I'm in shock.
Neighbors on Beverly Avenue woke up to a scary scene Tuesday after two people were shot in their home sometime around 11 Monday night. We spoke with neighbors like Claudia Vidal.
I know this neighborhood for 2 years. It's a very quiet area.
Neighbors tell us they heard a child running from the house shortly before police arrived.
Prayers for the kid, because I heard that that kid was the one who came out and said that it happened.
Police have yet to confirm who was in the home, but the news puts neighbors like Raydell Battles on edge.
It's concerning to me because I live here. I got a home here. You know, I got 3 daughters.
Investigators say a man arrested in an early morning burglary Tuesday in Watertown may be connected to the shooting. He's believed to have abandoned a book bag, sneakers, and a white Ford Escape with the license plate BR69909. Police are asking people to be on the lookout and call Watertown Police if they see anything suspicious.
If it's ongoing, I'm scared. I'm scared for my family. I'm scared for the neighbors. You know, let us know what's going on.
Watertown police say there is no current threat to the area, but neighbors tell us until they get some answers, they're still on edge.
Kind of scared if maybe someone can come again, do anything, you know.
Right now, crews seem to be packing up and getting out of here, and hopefully they have some information that we can share with you tonight at 10 on Fox 61. But as a reminder, if you do have any information, make sure to give Watertown Police a call if you've seen any of those items they are looking for or just have any information on this case. But stick with us and we'll bring you more updates as they come in. Reporting in Watertown, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
A Hartford police officer is on modified duty tonight after New Britain police say they found him asleep behind the wheel over the weekend. Officer Brendan Litton is charged with operating under the influence and interfering with an officer. New Britain police tell us they found him early Sunday morning at a traffic light near East Main Street. We're told Litton has been with the department for 7 years. His court date is scheduled for next week.
The former New Milford assistant football coach accused of pushing a 7-year-old player to the ground was in court today. Daniel Fazio has been charged with risk of injury to a child. Police claim it happened during a youth football game at New Milford High School. They say Fazio was coaching for the New Milford Bulls and pushed a player from the Water Oak team to the ground after a play. The child wasn't hurt. Shortly after that game, the New Milford Bulls said Fazio was no longer with the team. In a statement to Fox 61, Fazio said he would never harm a child, and he's confident the charges will be dismissed. For the first time in what feels like quite a while, we'll be seeing some rain, and we need it.
And we get a little bit of October chill with it as well. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here to tell us more about this midweek cool down. Rach.
Yeah, it's going to actually feel like October for a change. How's that for a concept? We've got some rain very late tonight into tomorrow morning, and along with that, again, a return to reality, so to speak. Here's a look at the winds out there, which have been noticeable all day, gusting up to 20, 25 miles an hour. Those winds will stick with us tonight and even into tomorrow, although they switch direction in the afternoon after that front settles through. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s through most of the state, although mid-60s in Groton. The clouds are filling in, lowering and thickening up. And here's a look at the front with the rain and the cooler temperatures to go along with it. After midnight, that rain will move in. Heavier downpours will greet you on your way out the door. And then as we head through the afternoon, we'll be in the process of drying things out. We'll talk about frost for later this week. 80s to frost. I know, weather whiplash coming up in just a bit.
Rachel, thank you. And here's why we need that rain we're getting tomorrow. Governor Ned Lamont declared a Stage 2 drought advisory for Fairfield, Middlesex, and New Haven counties today. There are 5 levels of drought advisories. Stage 1 is below normal conditions. 5, of course, is extreme drought. And in between, Stage 2 is an awareness stage, meaning a drought is developing and it could impact water supplies, agriculture, and ecosystems. So what does it all mean? Well, the Connecticut Interagency Drought Work Group is asking the public to do the following. 1, shut down automatic outdoor watering systems for now. 2, minimize overall water use and fix leaky plumbing if it applies to you. And 3, follow conservation requests in your area. All of this part of Connecticut's drought preparedness and response plan.
Speed bumps are about to be installed in some East Haven neighborhoods. Town leaders say phase 1 will begin next week. Road crews will tackle Forbes Place, Laurel and Thompson Streets, and Charnes Drive. A consulting firm worked with the mayor to study where people were speeding the most, and these are the places that need to be tackled first. We're told this program is expected to roll out multiple phases across more neighborhoods. There are already signs up to let people know where the construction will be. And plans are in the works to overhaul the historic Putnam Bridge. It connects Glastonbury and Wethersfield.
Now, the state says the bridge needs structural improvements and repairs to preserve its life. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson tells us when the construction will start and how it will affect traffic.
One of several bridges that pass over the Connecticut River, the William Putnam Memorial Bridge was built in the 1950s, connecting Glastonbury to Wethersfield. The last rehabilitation project was in 2013, and officials say it's time for another one.
You know, we have to inspect these bridges every 2 years, and that helps us keep an eye on what the conditions are of the bridge surface itself, the supports, the girders, every component of the bridge.
Putnam Bridge rehabilitation has been a multi-year step project. Josh Morgan says over the years, the State Department of Transportation noticed deterioration on supports, joints, and other components of the structure, and upgrades are now planned for next year.
It's a typical project for us where we know that we're going to have to do these repairs, much more cost effective to be proactive, make necessary repairs periodically, extend the life of the bridge without letting it get to such a bad point where then you'd have to replace the entire structure.
The bridge is rated a 5, which DOT says is fair, but the upgrade should increase it to 6, which is satisfactory.
If there ever was a safety concern, we would actually shut the bridge down, regardless of how inconvenient that would be for the public. So the bridge is still open, and it's still going to remain open when we get into construction because it's such a critical crossing of the river.
The bridge connects Glastonbury to Wethersfield, and Morgan says people's commutes will be impacted when work begins in the spring of next year.
Certainly would expect there to be some traffic congestion, some delays. So we're going to make sure that there's at least a lane open at all times in both directions. So there's not going to be, full closure, full detours.
The bike lane will also remain open during construction, and Morgan says workers will find a safe way for those people to get across. The state says they expect the project to last at least 2 years. In Wethersfield, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
And take a look at this. The Guilford Fire Department says a lit cigarette is what caused a brush fire last night on Boston Post Road. Calls reporting the brush fire came in around 8:10. Firefighters say the fire was only about 15 by 50 feet, but it was starting to spread toward a nearby building. As crews worked on the brush fire, firefighters sprayed water onto the roof of that building. The fire was out in about 8 minutes, and it was contained to just that area, and no one got hurt. Officials say, though, this fire is a good reminder of the importance of disposing of cigarettes properly. Officials are looking for the person who started a fire in Bridgeport. That fire happened early Sunday morning at a building on the corner of Connecticut and Union Avenue. Well, today, the Bridgeport Fire Department posted to social media offering a $2,500 reward through the Connecticut Arson Tip Program. The reward will be given to anyone who has information that leads up to the arrest and conviction of someone in this fire. If you have information, you can contact the Arson Tip Line or Bridgeport Police Department.
Willimantic breakfast spots getting some pushback online over a now deleted social media post, and the reactions keep coming in. It started with a photo Egg and Cheese posted of a new sign. It wasn't the sign itself, but a tattoo on the arm holding that sign that has upset people. People found that tattoo anti-Semitic in nature. Fox 61 reached out to the owner, Hannah Dupee, to get clarification on the situation, but she declined. Dupee responded to the backlash, though, on social media. She says the person in the photo is not an employee, and she didn't know the significance of the tattoos. She also said, quote, "The post is now removed, and I apologize for not knowing what the symbol stood for. I will pray for each and every one of you tonight, and I hope that God shines his light on you and shows you his love."
All right, right now in Naugatuck, police are looking for a missing person. Hannah Meyer was last seen on September 16th. She is 5'3", weighs about 110 pounds. Police say she is possibly in the Milford area. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you are asked to contact NPD or leave a confidential tip. Police in Windsor Locks are looking for a 12-year-old Brooklyn Smith. She was last seen wearing a gray long-sleeve sweatshirt, brown pants, black sneakers, and a stitch sweatshirt tied around her waist. Police say she was also carrying a rainbow umbrella. Smith is 5'1" and weighs 160 pounds. Please call Windsor Locks Police if you know where she might be. And there's also another missing child, this time in Windsor. Maximilian Bryan is 14 years old. He's a black male with brown eyes and black hair. Police say he is 5'6" and weighs about 110 pounds. He's been missing since yesterday. You can reach out to Windsor Police with any information on his whereabouts.
Newly released crime data shows a decrease in crimes across the state. In 2024, declines were seen in all three major categories: crimes against people, crimes against property, and crimes against society. Murder dropped by nearly 35%, and cases of criminal sexual conduct dropped nearly 18%. Crimes against people are at the lowest point since early 2021. The data was shared by the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection.